Back again with a sort of mini, or should I call it micro, unboxing of a Xbox 360 shoot 'em up, but also obviously a little bit of gameplay. I say obviously, my gameplay isn't, well, my videos of gameplay aren't specifically gameplay. It's just me being an absolute tool, trying to last more than 15 seconds. But you know, hopefully that's slightly entertaining. Just before I go into that, I've got to make a comment as well on this video, like I did, I think, on the previous one, as regards to a tyre that hangs up on the door that's behind me. I only just noticed it as soon as I put the video on. Yes, it's a dress, it's a cream dress, and again, it's not mine. So please lay off the piss take comments. Undoubtedly I'm going to get again, because I've pointed it out, so I'm opening myself up there, aren't I? Anyway, back to the game. Right, the game is XIIZEAL and Triangle Zeal, produced by a company called Triangle Service. Since actually receiving the game, I've sort of realised slightly that I've sort of dropped a little bit of a bollock. I don't know why, but I'd never completed any sort of major research on the game itself, as regards to actually what it was. I don't know particularly why I thought, sod it, I'm just going to go for this one. I think I was just bored, and I thought, it's a new Xbox 360 release, I'm just going to go out and buy it, sort of thing. So anyway, I ordered it, but after it was delivered, I actually did a bit of research on, because at the time there wasn't a great deal of information about this game available as regards to actually what it was, and I suppose if I'd actually read the title a bit more about the game, I perhaps would have got a bit of a clue about what the game actually was. And it's, I think, again, from what I've read, it's a sort of remixed, altered slightly version of 12 Stag, which is a game that wasn't only released in the arcade, but we also saw a PlayStation 2 port, and I've already got that. So I thought, bollocks, I've sort of got this game already in reality. But anyway, it's a new 360 game at least. It'll be interesting to see how the game differs from the arcade stroke PS2 port. I suspect it doesn't differ that much, but I mean, 12 Stag is a good game, in my opinion. I like that game quite a bit, so if it plays as good as the PlayStation 2 version, I think that's a pretty decent bonus. So it's a vertical shoot 'em up. Right, let's show you front of the cover. It's quite nice actually, because it's got all the sprites on there, so presumably that's all the sprites, or a selection of the sprites that are used from the game itself. At the back of it, you see a bit of screen. Just try and get that so you can see it without reflecting on the light. But hopefully you see that looks quite nice actually, as a shoot 'em up. So yeah, like I said, it's a vertical shoot 'em up, so I'll put that onto my vertical cab, so it should look quite quaint on that, hopefully. As per usual, I'm going to cut the crap and go straight to some gameplay. Hope you enjoy the video, guys. I'll speak to you again soon. Just quickly, I actually thought about this after I had actually opened the game itself. And a couple of things just worth mentioning that I didn't explain before on the main part of the video was that basically this game is region free, so if you have any form of Xbox 360, even though this is a Japanese release, it will work on your Xbox 360, so that's a major plus. And something that made me smile, and I thought I've got to get this on camera, is when I actually had a look at the game inside, the back of the manual has got a rather funky retro representation of a CRT monitor tated. And I'll show you that there. You can pick that up. That looks quite groovy, that does, doesn't it? But yeah, I just thought I'd just add that to the video with that little bit of worthwhile information about the fact it's region free. I'll get straight to some gameplay video. Right, so here we have 12 Zeal by Triangle Service on the Xbox 360. I'm actually going to let this play a bit on the track sequence because it will give you a bit of a chance to explain a couple of the mechanics and also give you a chance to actually see some decent gameplay as opposed to me trying to speak and play at the same time. Come on. Right, now there's quite an interesting shooting mechanic on this game, and you might be able to see there that in the picture you can see the joystick being moved left and right, and that actually gives a sort of star shot around the ship to be able to shoot sideways in effect. Now in the arcade version and the PlayStation 2 version you actually use a joystick. On the Xbox 360 version they've actually allocated a button to do the side type shot, so it saves you some smashing the back end out of your joystick. So effectively you've got a normal shot and you've got this sort of side shot, and around the side shot is a kind of sort of multiplier really. Right, so you've actually got an auto fire shot as well. So if I sort of right, so I'm actually building up the multiplier now. Oh yeah. Now the multiplier is only available on the side shot because it's deemed as being more difficult to actually use than the normal shot. And more or less straight from the get-go of the game you jump straight into a boss level in effect. I'm just going to fire off a bomb. Didn't really do that effectively. Fair bit of slowdown there. And I think apparently the arcade version had a fair bit of slowdown as well, so that's all been replicated. Now whilst I've got the whilst I've got the PlayStation version of 12 Stag, I can't remember for the life of me how you really need to play it, if you get what I mean, because I haven't played it in such a period of time. But this shooter really does look nice. The actual game itself is, I mean, I quite enjoy it actually. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but it's certainly something a bit different. If you're bored of the cave type shooters, how dare I even try to insinuate that, but seriously, I mean, if you're bored of that type of game, this is certainly a bit of a change from the norm, and it's a good change. As I think you already realise, you do tend to hit the boss levels quite quickly in this game, so this is quite a sort of boss. Boss orientated game really. Yeah, I'm out of here. Let's have a quick go of the other game. Right, so now we have triangle zeal. Now, I haven't got a clue how to play this game. I don't know what the differences are or anything like that because I've never played it. Right, for starters on this game, it's more traditional as regards to shooting. So you've got none of the special sort of side shot, and you've got more of a traditional type of power-up process. So this is certainly more of your traditional type of shoot 'em up. Again, you seem to jump straight into yeah, boss battles quite quickly again. Got some nice sort of techno background music. Again, pretty short levels. Yeah, in some ways, I suppose if you take into account you've actually got two games here for the price of one, and they are distinctly different, certainly as regards to the mechanics and the way they play. So, you know what, two games for, I think this was about £55 on a new release. So, you know, not bad value for money, really. Even if the games immediately don't grab you by the nuts. I mean, to be fair, Triangle Services never had a monstrous reputation as regards to its shooting repertoire. But they're certainly not bad games by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, they are a bit of a break from your cave stuff. I quite like them. Some very interesting bosses in this game, certainly. Look very nice. Sort of reminds me a bit really of sort of Neo Geo style graphics on ASO2. I don't know why. Definitely a lot easier than the 12 stack game. You've got an energy bar at the bottom of the screen. I'm not quite sure what that is. That's something to do with the bombing effect, or actually something to do with the crystals that you pick up. Like that one there. Does that? Christ knows. certainly say this game. I was about to say it's better than 12 Zeal, but 12 Zeal needs a bit of intense gameplay really to get the best out of it. This is certainly more your traditional type. I'm getting choked here. That's slow down, drop pain there. So hopefully guys, that's give you a bit of insight into Shooting Love, the 10th anniversary edition, which is 12 Zeal and Triangle Zeal.